What's up guys, Albert here, and in today's video we are talking about interest rates currently and what that has done to the real estate market. Obviously this is a national problem, national conversation. You can't really escape this topic right now. Everyone's talking about it. It's being covered by news of how the interest rates going up is affecting all markets, all economy. But obviously we talk real estate here, so this is what we're gonna do right now. Let's do it. All right, so as you know, interest rates have gone up to about 7%, right? Only 4 or 5 months ago, interest rates were between 4 and 4.5%. Now interest rates are slightly over 7%. 12 months ago, interest rates were at 3.5, 3.8. So that has completely confused the real estate market. There's uncertainty, there's fear, there's doubt, and people are not really sure how to proceed further and what to do. Even if it doesn't matter if you are a homeowner or if you are a buyer in this market, this interest rate hike, this drastic hike has completely put a huge, just a huge question mark in the entire in the entire real estate market. So here's an example, right? Let's say you were purchasing a $300,000 house last year around the same time. At the time of shooting this video, it's somewhere mid-October, right? So last year, if you were purchasing a $300,000 house, interest rates were somewhere around 4%, right? If you were purchasing a $300,000 house at 4%, and you were let's say you were putting down 5%, right? Your down payment was 5%. Your interest rate was 4%. Your monthly payment would have been somewhere around $2,000. Now, if you got the exact same terms, same property, same price, same down payment, same taxes, same everything, but if you increase the interest rate now from 4 to 7%, your monthly payment would almost go up by $1,000. So if last year for the same property you were paying $2,000, this year for that property you're going to be paying $3,000. Okay, now that's a huge increase, and over the time of the 30-year mortgage, you will almost be paying double in interest, right? So let's say if you had paid $300,000 in interest over a 30-year mortgage, now you would almost be paying about $600,000 in interest over the entirety of the mortgage. Now here's the other problem, right? If you look at the real estate prices right now, real estate prices still reflect the homes that are listed still are listed, and they reflect the values of properties that have sold 6 months ago or 12 months ago. Okay, now where's the problem? At 6 months ago, like I said earlier, interest rates were at 4 or 5%. 12 months ago, interest rates were at 3%. So now this is a big problem because all the homeowners who are trying to list their properties, they still want to get the price that their neighbor got 6 months ago or 12 months ago when they sold their house. But the buyer who's buying a home 6 to 12 months ago, again, had a super low interest rate. And that is gone now. Like, that doesn't exist anymore. And this is where the market is stuck. Now, this is where we have that huge uncertainty, and a lot of people are in denial. A lot of agents are in denial. A lot of homeowners are in denial, and a lot of buyers are just confused, right? Because we had probably 6 to 7 buyers that we were working with between the price range of like $300,000 to $400,000. Most of them are either stopping right now, or we had to decrease their home search, by almost $100,000 so that they can still purchase something, right? So the market is stuck. Now, what are we seeing in the data side of things, right? Because these interest rates have gone up. Now, the way the real estate market works, to really see it out there in the field for the consumer to notice this change, it takes about 2 to 3 months because of just how the real estate cycle works with putting a house on a contract, doing inspections, the closing period, which is usually 45 to 50 days. So that time, we need that time to really see this in the market. But if you go, which I did, I went to the MLS, and if you go and look at the data there, you can very quickly see these changes that are going to reflect a couple of months from now that everyone's going to see. I went and I looked at the pending listings. So here's what I mean. I went and looked at the pending listings, right? Pending listings are down they're down 24.3%. So pending listings are down about 24.3%. What does that mean? What is a pending? A pending deal is if somebody has a house on the market, a buyer saw the house, they liked it, they put a initial deposit on, they agreed on a deal, and now they're going to do their due diligence, inspections, appraisals, and all that stuff, and then hopefully closing the property 30 to 45 days from now. So that is down 24%. What does it mean if that is down 24%? If that's down 24%, sales are most likely going to be down 24% 30 days from now. Now that does not still reflect it because it's just too early because interest rates just went up recently. But when sales are going to be down 24% 30 to 40 days from now, what's going to happen? There's going to be way more homes on the market and way less buyers who can afford them because homeowners are still looking to get, like I said earlier, the prices that their neighbors got 6 to 12 months ago. So now we are in this period where nobody is accepting this new reality, and we are moving into this, like I said, stage of denial where people are not accepting it. People still want that same. People still want the same amount of money that their neighbors got, and now we are in this period that we're just stuck. And I think we're going to be here in the next 6 to 12 months. I really do believe that. I think maybe not 12 months, we're probably going to be here in the next 6 to 8 months until people start understanding, hey, those prices are never coming back. I missed the boat and I'm never going to be able to get there again. So I have to accept the new reality and move on from here. So basically, here's what this would look like. If a client called me today and said, hey, I'm trying to sell my house, let's say, North Kingstown, I want to sell my house, right? If I go and look at that, look at their home, and then if I look at comps, right? Comps, houses that I've sold in the neighborhood 6 months ago, and if I look at those comps, and if I see that a house or two houses very similar, similar square footage, they sold for, let's say, $500,000 6 months ago. If I tell this client that you're going to be able to sell your house for $500,000, I either don't know what I'm talking about or I'm being disingenuous with them because they're not going to be able to sell their home for $500,000 anymore. It's just not going to happen. And here's why. Because what I covered earlier. Because when their neighbor sold their home for $500,000, which was very similar to theirs 4 to 5 months ago, interest rates were at 4%. And that person's monthly payment was $2,100, $2,200, $2,300, depending on how much they put down. Now, interest rates are at 7%. So now the buyer's monthly payment is going to be $3,100, $3,200. So it's going to be a $1,000 increase, right? So you have to speak to your client and really determine why they are selling in the first place. And then if the motivation is, I just want to make as much money as possible, you have to tell them that, look, that ship has sailed. The period where you can make the most money possible compared to your neighbor is gone. You're still going to make the most money possible now, but you're not selling it for what your neighbor sold the house for. And then you got to have that tough conversation and decide if you want to move forward or not. So it's really important that you understand this as a buyer who's looking to move here, because this is really about what this channel has become, which is people reaching out or looking to move here. This is the current situation of the market, right? So if you're a buyer, what do you do right now? If you're a buyer right now, depending on your situation and depending on how much money you are putting down, you are actually, if you work with the right person who understands the market and who understands how this works, if you work with that person, meaning like with a real estate agent who understands how this works, you are actually going to be able to get a better deal that you would have gotten 3 to 6 months ago, right? Because it's just, unfortunately for sellers, it's just not as competitive as it used to be anymore. There's not a lot of situations where people are receiving 5 to 10 offers on a property. That's just gone. It just doesn't exist anymore. It's not here. So what does that mean? When you go to look at a house, your real estate agent should advise you on if the house is listed for $500,000 and if it's been on the market for 20 days. I know 20 days in general standards does not seem like it's a lot, but right now it is a lot because we never dealt with this before. You should go and offer that homeowner an offer. If the house is listed for $500,000, you should go offer them $410,000 for an offer. okay, reflecting the new current interest rates. Now, they are probably not going to accept a $410,000 offer, but that's fine. They're going to come and counter, okay, and they may counter at 480. Okay, they may counter at 480, you go back, counter them at 450, and you might have a deal, which is going to put you in a similar situation, in a similar monthly payment that you would have been 6 months ago with lower interest rates. This is how you do this. This is how the new interest rates will reflect your offer in the current market, right? And then once more and more people start doing this, what's going to happen is prices are going to start to balance, which that's going to happen naturally no matter what direction we go here. So it's really important to keep that in mind. Again, we get a lot of people who reach out to us from our YouTube channel. Feel free to reach out if you have any more questions regarding this. I'd love to discuss with you. Right now, buyers that we're working with, we are able to negotiate more. We're getting them better deals. We're getting them more money in inspections. We're getting them credits just because of the nature of the market. So it's really important that you work with someone who is in the trenches, who researches this, who understands these numbers, because right now is a good time to buy if you are working with the right person that's going to represent you, and that they are going to be able to negotiate with you and be backed up by data. All right, well, I hope you found some value in this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, subscribe to our channel. If you're thinking about moving here, find us, you know where we are. Let's go, let's do this. Bye.